But first, because I have been dying to watch this one, we're gonna watch Sophia's 150 versus $9,000 sleeper train in Japan. Because I'm still waking up. We'll do Grumps after that, though. All right, let's go.
Please excuse any shaky B-roll shots. We are literally clenching our abs as tight as they go.
I'm not even breathing.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another video. This week, I'm going to be testing cheap versus expensive overnight trains in Japan. Where are we going? I don't really know. The journey is truly the destination here. Choo-choo, motherfuckers. Now, a little while ago, the unknowable wisdom of the YouTube algorithm bought me a one-way ticket to the train side of YouTube. And it turns out, after very little convincing, that I like train content. And I've enjoyed pretty much any type of train content that I've come across. From futuristic trains to Arctic trains, Hello Kitty trains, spa trains, and even Canadian trains. But my absolute favorite are the overnight train videos. There's just something about them, from checking out the accommodations to seeing the sights sweep slowly by your window. I think I just like the idea of being in your own little pod, zooming through the countryside. And after watching hours upon hours of this content, I did successfully convince my husband Tyler to accompany me on a 52-hour train ride across the country from San Francisco to Chicago. But as much as I like the Amtrak, America doesn't really have the best overnight trains that everyone wants to ride. And though I think a few different countries could vie for that title, I think Japan is probably the king of cool, new, and lots of trains. So when we were in Japan a few months ago, I knew we had to try and get on one of the overnight trains I've had my eye on for so long. But not only were we lucky enough to snag tickets to this train, the West Express Ginga, we also won the lottery of people who entered to get tickets to the super luxury 7 Stars train. And so we ended up with 2 train tickets, one for $150 and one for $8,800. So it seems like we have ourselves a classic worth it situation, Japanese overnight train edition. And we're taking you guys along for the ride. But before this train leaves the station, I do want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Opera, the faster, safer, and smarter internet browser that will work for you no matter where your journey takes you. Now, we are pretty big Opera fans, so if you want to support our channel and check out Opera, it's totally free. Just use my link in the description below to download Opera today. So with that, thanks again to Opera for enabling our fancy train adventure, and now let's get on that train. Now, our less expensive train was the West Express Ginga, which is a pretty popular train, so we had to basically take any ticket we could get, and the ticket we got was a 15-hour route from Izumo to Kyoto. So we had to get ourselves over to Izumo to actually catch our train, which is a nice and charming smaller city in the Shimane Prefecture in western Japan, kind of nestled in the mountains, known for being the home of some ancient shrines and several hot spring onsens, as well as what ended up being our favorite spot, Beetleburger, which was a really great burger spot and also kind of a shrine in its own way.
Oh, it's because it's for the Beatles.
We left it a 5-star review. But after a couple of days in Izumo, it was time for us to catch our train at Izumoshi Station, which pulled up a few minutes before our 3:50 p.m. departure. Just look at how cute we are together. All right, should we go in?
Yeah.
I think we got the shot.
Yeah.
But after our extremely brief photo shoot, we had to head to our room in car number 6. Not too shabby, I think this way.
Okay. Oh, this is nice. This is really nice.
Oh, all right. This is us. Come on in. We had booked one of the premier rooms, which for 2 people is $156 for a one-way ticket, and this room specifically has been featured in some of the videos I've seen, so it is famous, to me at least. It's kind of like a weird little triangle.
It is.
It's a little sliver, a little slice of heaven. And yes, it is pretty close quarters in here. Ask not where our luggage disappeared to. Just say thanks, Loretta. We had a local producer with us on this train, and she was the magnanimous keeper of the things. Though while I was grabbing our GoPro to set up a nice scenic landscape shot, the train departed the station and started quickly zooming through the countryside.
Hello.
We are going fast.
We are going fast, baby.
So to get us all on the same page, why don't we do an official room tour? To start with, there is a secret hidey hole right underneath this bench in which we can disappear our backpacks. This is pretty much the only luggage storage in the room itself, and you could probably fit like a carry-on suitcase in here, but for us...
All right, Tyler's gonna shove it in.
That's pretty good.
It was more like a backpack and a half.
It's in.
Backpack and a half, you know.
In. All right, so post-hole. Let me show you the rest of the room.
Yep.
Over here, we have a seat. Ta-da! A seat.
It's the cup chair in
Which
the room.
together with this like aerodynamically shaped table and lamp makes up a kind of desk area on this side of the room, as well as what I can only assume is like a clothes hanger over here.
Nice.
What? It
Or
is.
maybe like a handle, in case things get a little rocky.
It's like the subway.
And then, in order for me to show you the rest of the room, Tyler, you and I have to swap.
All right.
Just give us
Every
1 second.
sleeper
I
tray
think we
needs a
got
cup
it.
chair.
And then
Yes,
over here
exactly.
we have a long, like L-shaped
It's like
bench,
built in.
which I believe is the part that turns into the bed. A clue is that there are sheets right here. Some
Yeah.
bedding.
There's also a second lamp, another clothing rack, a control for AC, and an emergency button over here.
And I think before deploying the bed, that's pretty much the room.
That is the room.
Minus, of course, the giant windows, which are for looking and seeing things out of.
And though the room
giant
is
windows
nice,
are
modern,
super
and
nice.
clean, it is pretty small.
I think it's a little smaller than it seems in video.
Right.
In other people's videos, it seems a little bigger.
Right.
Nah.
But we will certainly survive.
And it gets
Seems
even
about
tighter in
like
here
that.
once you deploy the bed.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's good.
Boom shakalaka, as they say.
Although thankfully, it's pretty easy to set up.
Oh, it has Velcro on it.
And a godsend of no fitted sheets.
I'm getting slumber party vibes, you know? Pillow fort adjacent.
Total pillow fort vibes in here. All right, so I'm gonna declare this our bed. This is as good as it gets, and it ain't gonna get better. So this is the bed.
As good as it
A
gets.
nice, cozy, romantic wedge of a room. Now, one of the train's first stops was at
will say
Matsui
that.
Station,
It's very
which we did have to get off at to grab our bento box.
We think the bentos are this way. This is where the crowd's going.
There is no kitchen on the train, and they don't sell food on the train itself, so we did not want to miss it.
Booyah. Dinner is served.
Let's go! But we'll bring them back out when it's actually time to eat. In the meantime, it seems like the right time to take a tour of the entire train.
Should we take a look around? Let's go.
Which we did film as the sun was going down, so if there are some shots at night, that's why. Now, there are 6 cars on the West Express Ginga. We were in car number 6, which is where all the premiere rooms that were like ours were. There's also a little lounge area and a communal bathroom in here, as well as a separate toiletry station. But because the West Express Ginga is actually a refurbished old commuter train, there is no shower on board. So unfortunately, there will be no shower hijinks on this train. Getting back on track, car 5 is filled with these like bunk bed rooms, which I think are called couchettes, as well as a lounge and a bathroom. And car number 4 is where most of the excitement is. It's kind of like a lounge/common area. There are some booths at the front for sitting and eating, as well as some circular tables and a few activities, and some local artisanal goods on display.
I think this might be the gift shop area.
Oh.
Yeah, look, isn't this cute?
Which we thought that maybe you could buy, but actually they might just be for looking. Now, besides in our
They're
room
just for
and
looking,
in the
no
common
touching,
areas,
no
you might
buying.
notice that we are not
Just
doing a lot
looking.
of talking here, because at this point in the journey, the train was overall pretty quiet. These last 3 cars are all pretty similar. They're all like seating cars, full of chairs that deploy out into different levels of being a bed. I'm pretty sure car 2 is a women's only car, and car 1 is where we almost got a seat on the Kyoto to Izumo route. And though it looks decently comfortable, I'm glad that we didn't, because otherwise this would have been a completely silent vlog the entire way. Now, overnight trains in Japan used to be way more of like a necessity to travel from city to city, but since the advent of the bullet train, Japan's overnight trains have gone from destination-driven to more like sightseeing and experience trains. So the West Express Ginga is pretty much like a train you take for fun, and there were a lot of people here for fun. Or content.
One thing that I've noticed for sure is that there are a lot of other people filming on this train. I don't know if they're YouTubers for sure, but they are filming horizontally, which points in that direction. But there are a lot of people kind of like covertly filming the different cars. We're almost like passing them as we do the same thing.
And as part of this sightseeing/experience train framing, there were a couple of planned themed stops along the route to highlight some of the local cities of Western Japan that it travels through. So let's rewind a little to our stop at Niu Station, which is in a small town called Hino, known for its mushrooms. And apparently sometimes the town mascot, Shitan, which is a giant shiitake mushroom, will greet passengers on the platform.
Do you know the Mushroom Man? Is he here?
This was unfortunately not one of those times.
No Mushroom Man to speak of, but it's very nice out here.
We're usually on the other side.
They do sell some local goods here though, of which I picked up a few.
You get
Oh, wait till you see.
Oh, yeah?
I'll show you on the train.
Okay.
So we don't miss it. We stopped here for about 30 minutes, but us, being conditioned from our Amtrak journey,
Yep. Oh, we better run.
freaked out at first train exhaust and hopped back on. Moment of panic.
Yeah.
Heard some rumbling.
Yeah.
Decided to get on. What I got was mushroom tea cakes, by the way, and one can only assume that this is the mushroom, the myth, the legend, Shitan himself. The mushroom mascot wasn't there today, but I did get this. And a free pin, and I bought a keychain. That's also a pin. Now, we did promise a review of our bento box, which was overall good,
Beanie and ricey. This might be dessert. That's good.
although sometimes mysterious.
I think this is a crab pile. Crab pile, right?
Crab pile is good. However, it got cut short by yet another experience, as once we had settled in to eat at one of the booths in Car 4, the train stopped, and a contingent of local ambassadors from Nimi City got on board to bring the city to us.
Whoa,
What is going on right
that's
now?
so cool.
This might not be on the schedule. I'm gonna go out and see.
And they set up a gachapon machine, a sake tasting station,
Wow, very good. Yeah, really good. He's like Chardonnay.
as well as a Nimi City stamp station.
Perfect.
Oh, it's so cute. What a cute
And I did actually learn a lot about Nimi City.
Which is known for blueberries and steak and coffee.
Okay,
and
so
rice
that's what
and
it is.
water.
It's like a little
and
blueberry
sake.
guy. Oh, it's a little
I'm
blueberry
particularly
cow.
obsessed with their mascot, which is a blueberry cow,
It's
in
so
honor of their
cute.
blueberries and their steak. And I
Oh
can also
my
confirm
God,
that
it's so
Nimi City
cute.
sake, while strong,
They told us
Japan
this is
knows how to do
20% sake.
mascots, like-
So it's about to get lit.
Oh my god.
pairs well with Neo Station mushroom tea cakes.
Double fisting. Alternatively, double fisting.
Big time.
Now, the Nimi City side quest was a bit of a surprise, so we didn't know we were gonna get drunk on this train.
The sake was pretty strong. So excuse us, I'm already red. Are you holding it together?
I'm pretty sure I'm drunk.
And we were not the only ones who went a little off the rails.
There's like trains behind you,
Oh, yeah?
like on the wall.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
As the previously quiet atmosphere got a lot more
Yep.
chatty, maybe not rowdy per se, but definitely more lively.
That guy was just
There's a guy
past the
passed
fuck.
out
Yeah.
with the can of sake, like right next to him.
He's so.
That's me.
Oh my
I
god.
am him and he is me.
But the West
Yep.
Express Ginga had one more stop in store for us for the night,
Oh my
which was the
God.
Bichu Takahashi station a short distance away.
Oh, yeah.
All
What's
right.
happening here?
This station was pretty big, and there were a lot of people there to greet us, with tourism pamphlets and also a huge banner and West Express Ginga flags.
Bichu Takahashi, baby.
Wow.
This is awesome.
This is a serious stop, man.
And it turns out they had prepared like an entire little market for us,
Whoa.
with snacks and local goods, right outside
That's
of what
so
seems
cool.
to be the
See,
Takahashi
this
City
is the kind of
Library.
thing I
Want
would
some
love
Ginga
to
merch?
do
That might
if
be
I
on
ever
our
got to
thumbnail.
Japan and be able
They
to do like a
also,
little
luckily
tour
for
saying like,
us-
"Hey,
Oh, my God.
it's the cow."
Had Nimi City merch for sale, including my beloved Blueberry Cow.
You want the big one or the little one?
We gotta get the big guy.
The big one?
Yay!
And after all that
That's
anticipation,
right,
this is really
Sophia.
He's cute, right?
good. He's really good.
He's so
This is
cute.
niche. Okay.
Now, this was pretty
I
much
want
exactly
one.
what I was
I
hoping
want one
for
so
from a
bad. He's so
cross-country
cute.
experience train.
Multiple stops,
You
lots
just
of
want
fun
to squish
things,
his face.
unexpected hijinks. I love it.
Oh wait, hang on a
Themed
second. When is
souvenir.
the Pokemon thing supposed to happen today? Pokemon day. Because today is Pokemon Day, you know. Does anybody know when that's supposed to happen? Pokemon YouTube. Special Pokemon YouTube channel. Live. Videos. No. Okay. I still don't know. I still don't know when it's supposed to happen. If anybody hears word of what, like when that's gonna be, let me see if they posted something on Twitter. Because I know today's supposed to be something with Pokemon. I guess just keep me updated. If somebody notices it's happening, we'll stop what we're doing and watch that.
Yes. It's great.
Perfect.
It's
I'm super
actually
excited
perfect.
about
Yeah,
Pokemon
it's
Day.
the best. Yeah.
So even though we were a little tipsy, it wasn't just the sake goggles. We were having
Wasn't
fun.
just the sake
We gotta
goggles.
be part of the waving. It has to be reciprocal.
But after our jaunt to Bichu Takahashi,
Let's go.
After hours. on the West Ginga Express.
It was time to head back onto the train and do our nighttime routine,
Express.
which was tough to switch gears from party mode to sleep,
Am I incredibly disheveled and drunk?
I'm a little drunk, actually. Everyone's having a good time.
but was made easier by the fact that the train was going super slow / maybe had completely stopped moving. I think that in order to make the train an overnight trip, they go really slowly during the night to burn some time, but I'm not complaining about it. I think as little rocking as possible was for the best here.
I got drunk in Nimi, and all I got was this cow plushie. And then they took me to the library. And then I came back to the train and did my Rosetta Stone lesson.
But after changing into our pajamas and brushing our
cow is
teeth,
so
it was
cute.
time for our bed drop.
God.
It's very crammed right here, but let's test it. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Honestly, it's not bad.
I think it's comfy. There's a light shining straight in my eyes.
And overall, I would review our sofa bed as comfortably firm, but not rock hard.
The pillow is mid,
The pillow's not good.
but the mattress isn't so bad.
And after a long and eventful day, I would say we were ready to pass
That's
out.
such a cute.
Good night.
See you guys in the morning. Now, one of the only cons of this train is that for an overnight train, the route is kind of short, so it's more like a red eye, where it arrives at its final destination super early in the morning at 6:40 a.m. So we had to wake up at 6,
That's pretty.
That's awesome.
pull ourselves together, gather our things, and exit the train.
So everyone's awake. We had an announcement over the loudspeaker. Get up. Everyone's awake.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning,
Overall, I
everyone.
would say our night's sleep was decent, if brief.
The bed wasn't bad. It was just really, really cold in here. And we even turned down our AC, like, completely. But it just got super cold.
We had a bundle for warmth.
However, because of when we had boarded, we hadn't gotten a lot of daytime out the window time the previous day,
Oh, we're in Kobe. Do you want a steak for breakfast?
so we did spend a few minutes by the window to watch some of the sights sweep by.
Me too.
I think we're hitting like the city portion here.
Though a quick note,
Make it be
if you stop
so I
at a
can sleep
station and you
easier
can see
on
people,
the train
they
if it
can
was
definitely
cold.
see you.
Especially 'cause
so
I
we
could
quickly
cuddle up
put
next to
ourselves
Mr.
together
Husband.
as much as we could and got ready to disembark.
It's been a whirlwind. Like, this train has gone by really fast, but I liked it. Overall, I liked it. I wish we had like 2 more hours this morning, because arriving at 6:30 is a little tough. I think we must be almost there.
So that was our less expensive overnight train, which I think had a pretty strong showing. I mean, Blueberry Cow, need I say more?
Yeah, I was about to
All
say
right,
the blueberry
shall we?
cow.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So
Nice train.
perfect.
But I
Mwah.
guess we're gonna have to see what our super expensive train has in store.
The mysterious reappearance of a suitcase, but only one.
But first, let's get off at Kyoto Station and go take a shower. So our next train is the 7 Stars Kyushu, which departs from Hakata Station in Fukuoka.
Oh,
so
and it
we
goes
gotta
up
get
down.
down there.
Yeah.
Now there are a few
Wait, what?
super fancy overnight trains in Japan, and for most of them, you have to enter a lottery for a chance to get a ticket. We had applied to a bunch and hadn't heard back, so we were pretty sure we weren't gonna get it. However, a few weeks before our trip, we found out that we had actually won the lottery for a 32-hour trip around Japan's southernmost main island, Kyushu, on the 7 Stars, which apparently has a less than 5% chance of winning. So we changed all of our travel plans to make sure that we could get on this train.
All right, that's us. Let's go.
Let's go.
Now, on the day of our departure, we were picked up bright and early at 8:30 a.m. by a representative from the 7 Stars who met us in the lobby of
Wow.
our hotel and escorted us over to their special lounge inside of the station. And this lounge was already pretty fancy.
We're here, baby.
There was a piano,
That's so crazy.
champagne, tea,
Like, I get that they're
snacks,
paying
as well
like
as a
$8,000,
semi-elaborate
but it's
ticket
only
punching
2
ceremony.
people.
Oh, ready?
Tyler also got to wear the conductor's hat.
And then go? Yes.
And after a brief welcome speech, the 7 Star staff called out each passenger's name one by one and then applauded us out of the room.
Bell. Shame. Shame. No, I'm just
Past
joking.
the 7 Stars photo op and onto the train platform,
That's
where
so
there were
cool,
actually
though.
a lot of people waiting with 7 Stars Kyushu flags to celebrate our departure. Overall, the vibes were very official, and before we knew
Very
it, the
immaculate.
train was off. Now, our price for our tickets on the 7 Stars Kyushu for 2 people was $8,867 US, and that price does include our room, but also all the food, activities, and service during the trip. To be clear, this is not something we would casually do just as a vacation for ourselves. We don't usually take uber luxury trains, but for the sake of the video, we are here to investigate. And we're gonna start with our 7-star suite.
All right, welcome to our room, number 503, baby. Come on in.
Now, first impressions, the room is in pretty classic train car style, with some old world
really
luxury
cute
vibes, with the dark wood, plush furniture, various
like
sconces and vaulted ceilings, and it's also pretty spacious.
I feel like I can walk all the way over here.
I didn't mean to,
It is
sorry.
also pretty spacious.
There we go, sorry.
I feel like space to walk around in a train car is like very luxury, right? Like, look at this. I can walk all the way over here. I can walk all the way over here.
You can encroach on my space. I have space to encroach on.
I can walk over here, also slightly to the right.
And I think that is at least mostly due to the fact that there is a nice big closet over on this side of the room.
It's actually huge. We have 2 big suitcases and they both fit in there.
It's pretty great.
Now, besides this seating area, which I believe will turn into our bed later, there's also a solid full-size desk situation in here, and
There are actually things inside of the desk.
like a flashlight, a Wi-Fi box, cookies, and an ornate set of old-school room keys, which are kind of awesome.
Apparently they don't really want us to lock the room. They're sort of more for show.
These are more ornamental. They do, I think, work, but they're like, actually don't lock the door.
Also in one of the cabinets, we have a mini fridge.
I believe everything in there is complimentary.
Nice! All right, we got some beer, we got some, maybe it's carrot juice, and water.
That's a good haul, man.
And between the desk, the art, and the vibes, the room
What do they
feels
do?
like
They
it's
do.
straight out
They
of
do
like
have
a
a
movie
chair.
set
There
of
we
what
go.
you would think of for a fancy old-timey train.
I feel like some type of like professor.
Oh, it's because I
or
was
something,
leaning
you know
in.
what I
Sorry,
mean?
I was.
Or Sherlock Holmes. I
My
don't know.
computer is a
Who's
very
on
different setup, so I have
luxury
to
vintage
like.
trains?
I have to.
Audrey Hepburn.
I have to
I
like
actually think the piece de resistance
remember
is
to
the
stay by the
bathroom.
mic for you
Now,
guys
come
because
on
I can
in.
lean into my desk.
Oh. Oh.
My shot
Pretty nice,
that I
huh?
posted in the Discord doesn't
Which
show
is
kind of like
also
how
pretty
big my
spacious.
desk is
There
because
is a beautiful
I was trying to hide the
shower
mess.
with 2 shower heads right here.
I'll show you guys
There
after
is a
stream.
toilet
But
behind
yeah, like
you
I've
with
been leaning
a
in to
bidet.
like look at stuff closer.
There's also a
so
vanity
I could
sink
probably
over
move
here
the mic.
with a
and
cabinet
that'd be
behind
fine,
the
and
mirror
then I can
for
lean in
more
more.
storage,
There we go.
plus complimentary toiletries. And just in case you want to do some sightseeing while
Here. So basically, like my desk setup has completely changed since I no longer have the Wacom tablet, because the tablet was so large, and it took up most of the desk. I now have like a ton of space, and even the one I want to get is not going to be as large as the Wacom because I've decided I don't want that large of a freaking monitor anymore. But yeah, I have a lot more space in my desk, and so like I can move my iPhone around for capturing, and so like right now I have it on like right in front of me for watching YouTube videos, but I can move it over behind the tablet whenever I'm working, so I can move it around and actually make it work. I may actually be able to do face tracking during hand cam streams again, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah. That's why I'll sound different, because like my mic is still very directional, and so like if I lean like over here, or if I lean over here, or if I lean into the desk, I sound different because of that. So I try to kind of hang out right by the mic, but yeah. You guys see how well that works. When I have space to move, I move.
on the toilet.
There is a window here.
Oh,
Nice.
toilet
Good timing.
window.
That was a good view until the trees, but you get the idea.
So overall, not too shabby. Now, in terms of the rest of the train, the 7 Stars Kyushu has
Was that part of
on the
their-
toilet complimentary, so a vanity sink,
There is a toilet. There is a... Pretty nice, huh?
Yeah.
which is also pretty spacious.
Oh, so it is part
There
of the room.
is a...
Do some sightseeing while on the toilet.
There is
The rest of the train, the 7 Stars Kyushu has, not coincidentally, 7 train cars. These back 4 cars are all of the like residential cars where the suites are, which seem to be mostly pretty similar except for the artwork bolted to the walls.
I think our car might be the wildlife car.
Okay.
This is a fish. And back there's like a cool looking turtle with blue lipstick.
And all the residential cars have like 3 suites each, except for car number 7, which has 2 even fancier, larger suites.
Which is also potentially where Trek Trendy stayed.
I think it's there. I think this one also has like a really cool view out the
Oh,
caboose.
that's
Now,
so
back
fucking
towards
cool.
The front of the train,
Okay, that would be like the one I'd want.
This is
Because
intense.
I would love to
you
watch
get
like.
into the communal cars. Car
that would
number
be so
3 has a
cool. Like, I'm
secret
sorry.
bar in it called the Kaz Bar. Unclear if we shall be rocking it later, potentially. Which you are not allowed to film in, but it looks like Trek Trendy did get one clandestine shot. And then there is also a gift shop called the Nana Shop, which has some pretty bougie gifts. I can't tell if the stuff behind me is like priceless antiques or if they're for sale, but they look very fancy. They have jewelry, scarves, locally made fancy pajamas. This is apparently an extremely fancy incense burner.
There's like a
Interesting.
pocket watch. Pocket watch breeds expensive.
And then chugging right along to our penultimate car, car number 2 is the Salon Car, also called the Jupiter Lounge, which is basically like a hangout car and is notably very lavishly decorated. All of the cars are ornate, but like when they have room to decorate, you really see the choices shine. And besides the number of fancy
It's really
couches,
pretty.
there's also the world's tiniest but coolest tea bar over here to my right, which we will visit a little later on. In the meantime,
Oh,
a quick
it's an
snack break,
actual bar.
compliments of the 7-star
Okay.
staff.
Just scarfed a couple snacks.
Yeah,
Let's go.
exactly that tour.
Nice.
Nice.
And at the very front of the train, car number 1 is the dining car, also known as the Blue Moon Car, which is where the kitchen is and where we will have all of our meals. But in between meal times is also kind of like a hangout slash view slash activity spot and is also, of course, very thoroughly decorated.
Yep.
So similar to the West Express Ginga train, this is also an experience slash sightseeing train. I mean, specifically, this train actually goes in a big loop around Kyushu and starts and ends at Hakata Station. So it's definitely not destination driven. In fact, the name of the train itself is actually not named for 7 stars of fanciness, but actually the 7 different prefectures of Kyushu itself. And its concept
doesn't
is
go through all
basically all
7.
about meeting local people and experiencing the regional cuisines
so
and
cool.
culture of Kyushu. So part of that is bringing on local chefs from the places we're traveling through to cook our different meals. Starting with our lunch, which was going to be a multi-course sushi experience. Yes, on a full-speed train.
I'm ready. It's a challenge, but I will somehow get the sushi into my mouth.
Now, making our lunch today were sushi chefs from the famous Yamanaka restaurant in Fukuoka, which is well known for its Hakatame or Hakata-style sushi, and we got hit with several rounds of super fresh and kind of aesthetic nigiri, from Art Nouveau-esque squid
Cephalopod guy.
to urchin, fatty tuna, tile fish, and more.
Also, the omelet says Nanatsuboshi, which means 7 stars. Train? Maybe.
And though eating sushi on the train was not as hard as we thought it was going to be, filming sushi on the train was near impossible.
Please excuse any shaky
Yep.
B-roll shots.
Long
We are
tooth
literally
or
clenching our
whatever.
abs as tight as they go.
This is Soul Cycle.
This is where the change happens, people.
I'm not even breathing.
Tilefish. I don't
But
think I've
aside
ever
from
heard
that, it was pretty
tilefish.
awesome. Now, besides bringing on local chefs, the 7 Stars also brings on local craftsmen to give lectures and lead crafting workshops. Yes, there was a craft time on board to make traditional Igusa Rush grass crafts. And there's
That's
also
really
planned excursions
cool.
off the train to visit the local area.
All right, we're gonna go for a beach walk. Shall we?
Let's go. Now, because there's only a maximum of 20 passengers on the train at one time and at least a dozen staff members, there were few enough of us for them to take us all out as a group. So after
Nice.
lunch, we all headed off the train at Origuchi Station to go to Wakimoto Beach.
Wow.
Wow, it's so nice out.
It's beautiful.
It's like the best weather ever.
It really is.
Wakimoto
like
is
the
a white
best
sand
weather
beach
ever.
facing the East China Sea, and though it was a bit cloudy when we were there, it was super nice to get out and get some fresh air.
I feel like with the train, like, you move a lot, but you yourself are mostly stationary.
Yeah, I feel like this is actually a nice little, like, stretching your legs, get some
They get
steps
them
in
little
break.
booties.
But it turns out we were not only there just to enjoy the beach, we were actually also there to learn.
I got the tea. Sea turtles come here and lay their eggs, and then they hatch in the middle of the night and then they go back out there.
And we got to learn even more about sea turtles and other beach wildlife on the bus on the way back to the train. So all in all, I would say the emerging theme of our trip was actually edutainment, which I wasn't totally expecting.
Yeah, right?
After
Don't
our
you
beach
get sand on
excursion,
our fancy
the next thing up on
choo-choo,
the
for
itinerary
sure.
was dinner. One quick thing to note is that there is a dress code on the 7 Stars train, which is why Tyler had to buy a bunch of short-sleeved collared shirts for this trip. But for dinner specifically, the attire is formal. And it was a bit of a quick turnaround from Misty Beach to 7-star dinner. So we did our best with our windswept hair and general sogginess.
All right, we forgot our steamer. We lost our steamer, actually.
Okay, yeah.
But we are dressed and
Are formal.
somewhat formal. I did shave
Somewhat.
my legs, though.
Yes.
And I got a clip of it. It's a little cursed.
Okay.
All right, shall we go?
It is a little cursed.
So
I
our
will admit
7-star
that.
dinner was from a chef couple who run the Belle France restaurant in Kagoshima City. So the cuisine was like elevated fancy French dining featuring ingredients from Kagoshima and Kyushu.
The sommelier
banana
doesn't speak a lot
mousse.
of English,
Ooh.
so I'm having a hard time saying, cut me off. So we're gonna live with that. Yeah, we're gonna be polite and we're gonna drink.
We're gonna see how it goes.
Besides plenty of wine, they also hit us with a variety of appetizers, some bonito soup, ham and cheese, salmon and sour cream,
I know you're thinking, that's the salmon. Nope, that's the salmon. That's the ham.
as well as some sea urchin, squid, and turnip mousse. And also an abalone salad dish, which we really liked,
Really good.
but also strangely thought it tasted like...
Kind of tastes like deli turkey. My most deranged take is that tastes like a turkey sandwich.
And for some reason, those vibes continued with our clam and fish white wine dish.
Very warm and comforting. Almost Thanksgiving-y. Festive.
Almost
Why does
Thanksgiving.
everything taste like turkey to me?
It's super good, and it tastes exactly like roasted turkey.
And then there was also, of course, some Wagyu beef and 2 separate desserts. So overall, we had a great dinner, but it was many courses long and there was plenty of wine being served. So when we headed back to our cabin to change out of our formal clothes and our beds had been made for us,
Aww.
Okay, I got super tired.
we nearly just passed out.
All this bed and not a drop to drink.
So it took some serious rallying and fortitude to get back out there.
Can I wear this to bar night?
But there was a magician and bar time happening
Oh,
in the dining
magician.
car.
We
so
definitely
had
can't
to
miss
go.
that, yeah.
It's gonna take some energy.
What the fuck is the magician doing here?
I don't know. It could be fun.
Wow!
They're just stuffing
Sophia,
stuff
just,
Yeah.
what the fuck
They're
is a
like,
magician doing
till
here?
midnight, and then at 6:40 wake up and go shopping.
That's out of line.
Fucked up.
It a little bit, yeah. All right, let's do it.
This is fucked
And
up.
I will admit, though I was skeptical
Quick
of the
reenact the
magician,
Titanic, yeah.
1, 2, 3. Open your hands.
he was actually pretty impressive.
Nice.
blows my mind, man.
He's also a close-up
And
magician.
he did provide us that nice little energy boost that we needed to get
Yeah.
us to our reservation at the secret Kaz bar at 11 p.m.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to the secret bar.
Nice, nice, nice.
Which is, of course, secret, so sorry, we have to keep it a secret.
All right, I just left the secret bar. That was fun.
Realize.
Couldn't show you it though, because it's secret.
It's too
And
secret.
I also can't even tell you what happened in there, because it's secret.
But after that nice little
'Cause it's
nightcap, we were ready to change into our
There we
matching
go.
fancy Kyushu pajamas,
I had,
brush our teeth, and do our bed drop.
I had the voice
Don't
on,
mind
so I didn't know
the,
if I was gonna be able to.
tripod.
Now, I didn't realize that the chairs were going to turn
What
into
was it?
2 beds, so here's, I think, our first
'Cause I
ever
didn't know if I was gonna be able
synchronized
to get my
split-screen
camera
bed
working
drop.
today. So.
3, 2, 1, drop. Oh. Oh, that is nice and firm.
This is.
That is nice and firm.
nice.
Firm and plush.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
These beds were actually insanely comfortable, and with the sort of slow rocking of the train,
This is pretty ASMR for me right now.
She had a face mask on whenever
we
she hit the
quickly passed
pillow.
out. See you guys in the morning.
Yeah.
Now, our bed was so
Yeah,
comfortable,
yeah.
we completely blew right through the 6:40 a.m. shopping excursion and also slept through most of breakfast. And I
Aw.
think the staff saw how tired we were and felt sorry for us and said that they would bring us breakfast in bed.
Okay, it sounds like Spanish omelet, some juice. Anything else is bonus, but they're gonna bring it to the cabin.
Nice.
Pretty awesome.
And they
Yeah.
fully brought the dining car to us, including food, placemats, cutlery, menu, and all.
That's beautiful.
That's very
so
nice.
talk about having your Spanish omelet and eating it too.
It's a pretty good view for breakfast. Pretty good view for breakfast.
Now, since we were staring down the barrel of another day of activities, it seemed like the right time to test out our shower.
Yeah.
I may or may not have shaved part of my legs last night, so I have entered the shower before, but I decided to finish the job.
And for a train shower, it's pretty sizable. It has nice wood finishings, it's not situated right above a toilet.
Oh, you can move it. Ooh, things are looking up.
There's also bars to hold on to, and the water pressure wasn't too bad. So though it's never easy to shower on a train,
Uh-oh. Are we picking up speed? Maybe. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Okay.
this is pretty much as good as it's gonna get. While I was in there, Tyler did take a solo mini excursion out when the train stopped at Sotaro Station, where there were some nice valley views and also some wildlife.
You can hear the frogs over the train.
Which then brought us to our mid-morning group field trip,
Here's our tour bus, baby. Back on tour.
where the 7-star staff took us out into the small coastal town of Psyche to visit their shipyard.
Psyche!
And this was the return of the edutainment segment. As
Nice.
we then talked to the
I really
director
like
of the
this,
shipyard, who taught us about like the industry of Psyche and what types of things come through the port.
Alright,
They
Tyler went
look
down to the
like
end
they
of the
really
dock to
slipped
take
in, yeah.
some
You can
videos,
definitely
and now
see
he's
some of
running back,
those stations
'cause we're
being
the last ones not on the
old,
bus.
yeah.
And after some port time, we headed back to the train station, where there was a little market of regional Psyche goods for sale set up on the platform.
That's really
I can't tell you
cool.
for sure if this is the Psyche mascot, but he is almost as cute as the blueberry cow.
He's
now
an
for
eel.
our final meal, we headed back to the dining car for lunch, where we had our last guest chef come on board from a 300-year-old restaurant called Wakea from Kitsuki City.
Wow.
It looks incredible.
And he served his iconic menu item, urashino, which is a soupy rice dish topped with fish and steeped in green tea.
And it is
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Shogun
Okay.
approved. Apparently.
Shogun approved.
Their sauce
Okay.
and the exact way the dish is prepared is
Snooze
apparently
that
a
ad.
long-held family
Once
secret.
the video's done, we'll take a bathroom stretch
He said
break.
he would be assassinated if he shared any information about this, so.
So we didn't pry.
The sauce is maybe assassination worthy.
Taste secret.
During lunch, the train engineers switched the engine from the front of the train to the caboose so we could start heading back to Hakata Station.
Who was that? Is that our train?
That's us.
So we were officially in the final stretch. Now, we promised a return to the mini tea bar, and it turns out our reservation was actually the last slot available on the entire trip.
Wow. Wow.
We got to try some traditional Japanese sweets,
Oh, they got some wagashi.
and I also got to try my hand at brewing some fresh matcha from scratch.
On the verge of a disaster, but you got it.
I think I did okay for never having done it before, and also being on a moving train.
No, it's good. It's delicious. Yeah. Well, I'll take 2 more.
After which, we had about an hour left on the train, and our activities were finally done. So we had a little time to chill, look out the window, see the last sights of Kyushu sweep by, and reflect on our journey.
That's so pretty.
Such a
Oh my
whirlwind.
God.
Packed with activities. Potentially too packed, but at the same time, you have to make it like worth it, right? You have to do a lot of things, see a lot of things, eat a lot of things. Otherwise, like, what did you spend all that money for, you know? But that like sort of just chill, sit around factor has been low. Until right now.
Now, all in all, this is
Yeah,
obviously
it's
a
really
very
pretty.
expensive trip, and though we did really enjoy it, it's probably more of a once-in-a-lifetime type
Yeah.
experience.
Like, you don't
But
wanna
I
do it
did really
again.
like that.
Tyler
though the
just
train
passed
itself
out.
does have the trappings of luxury, like with the huge room, the shower, the intricate decor, and the really amazing food. The activities of the train were less like lifestyles of the rich and the famous, and way more like a love letter to Kyushu, like the Sea Turtle Beach and the crafts and the lecture from the shipyard director ultimately gave the whole trip a surprisingly endearing vibe. Also, something you guys can't really see in the footage is how hands-on the staff is on the 7 Stars train.
It does kind of remind me a little bit of Below Deck,
Right.
where like the staff is like super involved and like making sure you're okay at all times, making sure you have what you need.
They're really friendly.
Yes.
And they're doing an amazing job, honestly.
Yeah.
So I do think that gives it a little bit more of that luxury super train vibe. Now,
Oh,
even
is
though
that
the
their
7 Stars
mascot?
train
Is that the
pretty
mascot for the
objectively
7
nicer
Stars
than the West
train?
Express Ginga, it is basically 50 times the price, and we did really enjoy the West Express. And for being a more reasonable price point, the train was still pretty nice, and you still got a lot of sightseeing and local culture action.
Yeah, I
I
was
think the
about to say,
biggest
and
shortcoming
the
is probably the lack of shower and food on the train, but for a semi-brief trip, it wasn't that
Yeah.
big of a deal. And because of the price, we're a lot more likely to do the West Express Ginga again if the opportunity arises.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think both trains were actually pretty awesome, and did fulfill my wildest train content fantasies.
This is nice. This is a good trip.
And after our formal goodbye
That's
event
right.
on the 7
Both
Stars
of us
train,
Aries.
where we received a custom DVD of our experience, the train coasted into Hakata Station.
All right, it's about that time. Let's head on out. I'm a little sad. I liked it.
I bet
It
there's a
feels
train
like
from
a
like
week, but also it was only a day.
Fukuoka up
And
to
after a
Hokkaido, and that would
ceremonial
be
bell ringing,
really
bringing
pretty.
us full circle, we bid farewell to the 7 Star staff
That was fun. See you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
and headed off into the night. And with that, I guess we'll see you guys next time.
They had a little plain one. Sorry. Alright, hang on. I want to look up 7 stars train Japan. I want to see if they have a mascot, because it looked like that guy was holding a little plushie. So it starts Japan mascot. It looked like a little doggy, so I don't know. Maybe it is? I don't know. I just want to see all the mascots, okay? Like, I love mascots. The train, connect application, FAQ for guest. Cancel. Okay.